This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Thursday, September 24th, and time for the Barbados Today morning update. A warm welcome to you. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Top executives of the Barbados Labour Party are set to meet today with the executive of the Christchurch West branch and MP Dr. Maria Agard. The talks come on the heels of the branch's annual general meeting last Sunday, which had to be aborted after tempers fled over the election of a new executive council. Some members who claimed that they were entitled to vote complained that their names were not on the voters' list. A former senior executive member of the Christchurch West branch is taking issue with Agard's representation. Speaking to Barbados Today on the condition of anonymity, the source charged that there is a high level of disconnect between Agard and her constituency. When Barbados Today contacted Dr. Agard, she declined to comment and directed us to speak to Personal Constituency Assistant Linda Freeman. Ms. Freeman has promised to speak to Barbados Today on the matter later today. Put your money where your mouth is. That's the challenge coming from Foreign Affairs Minister Senator Maxime McLean, who says it's not enough for Barbadians to talk about fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship while doing little to support its development. She was delivering the 11th annual Samuel Jackman Prescott Lecture under the theme Technical and Vocational Education, Fostering Innovation and Entrepreneurship in a Small Island Developing State late Tuesday. McLean noted that while technical and vocational education had long been treated as a second option, it had a tremendous transformative potential. But there was a dire need for Barbadians to create new financing strategies to propel its growth.
The proportion of domestic savings owned by not companies or government was approximately $6+ billion. $6+ billion. 10% of $6 billion is $600 million. Is my math correct? $600 million. 1% of that is $60 million. The point I'm making is if for every dollar we have in, and I'll use a dollar, if for every dollar we have in commercial banks, we took up either 10 cents or 1 cent as citizens who are leaving it there, can't borrow to help my son start a business very easily if he wants to, we would then be in a position to control a pool of funds not seen in any one place in this country to put to investment purposes.
The Small Business Association is seeking further help from government, and President Dalton Medford wants that help in the form of special development financing, which he says is needed to facilitate small startup businesses to fully develop their products. Speaking at the annual Leo Leacock Lecture, which forms part of celebrations for Small Business Week, Medford revealed that conditions on traditional loans from commercial banks are affecting small business development.
Although there are initiatives to help companies export more, and there are a number of government funds to finance small businesses, and we applaud that, we need more. We need development financing. There are a lot of small business people in this country who have great ideas but cannot go to the bank to get the money, as the first payment on the bank loan will become due with interest. at the end of the same month that they are given the loan.
Some good news for sea egg lovers. The ban will be lifted and Barbadians wishing to harvest the delicacy will be able to do so in the next 7 days. But those hoping to rip eggs must be registered and licensed by the Fisheries Division. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the long-awaited season will open on Thursday, October 1 and end on Saturday, October 31st. However, the ministry advised that the license is only valid for that period. In sports, a last-minute goal by Niraj Mason gave the Young Men's Christian Association a thrilling 3-2 victory over Combermere School Scholars at the University of the West Indies Cavell campus's AstroTurf on Tuesday night. A modest crowd was on hand to witness the two teams battle it out in the ongoing 2015 Barbados Hockey Federation Men's Super League. The YMCA was unable to provide a goalkeeper and therefore played at a slight disadvantage, but they had all their basics covered. In the other game played, University of the West Indies, Blackbirds and Massey United Insurance Empire ended their encounter with a 1-1 draw in the National Men's League matchup.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To regional developments now, St. Lucia's top cop opts for early retirement. The Public Service Commission confirmed that Commissioner of Police Vernon Francois took the option instead of recommendations to the Meet Office in the public's interest. More in this report from HTS News Force.
According to officials, the now retired top cop seemingly waited at the last minute before responding to the PSC.
We allow a certain period of time to elapse and we wrote him a second letter. We still did not hear anything from him. He did not respond. So we thought that he was not even interested in saying anything to us. But then sometime after we had written the second letter, we got word that in fact he was looking at or pursuing another form of exit.
Chairman Wilbert King remained tight-lipped on the details of recommendations from the Public Service Ministry in its review of Francois' case. The former top cop would eventually yield, opting for early retirement, inclusive of a complete remuneration package.
And finally, EU leaders agreed on boosting aid to Syria's neighbors in a series of measures aimed at tackling the migrant crisis. The agreement was made during an emergency summit in Brussels yesterday. The pledge will see increased aid for Lebanon, Jordan, and Turkey, where millions of Syrians have fled. The leaders also agreed to donate financial aid to the United Nations Refugee Agency.
Our discussion was based on facts, not emotions. There are 8 million displaced people in Syria, as you know, while about 4 million have fled to Syria's neighbors. We should be talking about millions of potential refugees trying to reach Europe from Syria alone. Not to mention Iraq, Afghanistan, Eritrea, and other places. Recently, I visited refugee camps in Turkey and Jordan, and I heard only one message. We are determined to get to Europe. It is clear that the greatest tide of refugees and migrants is yet to come. Therefore, we need to correct the policy of open doors and windows. Now the focus should be on the proper protection of our external borders and on external assistance to refugees and the countries in our neighborhood.
That was European Council President Donald Tusk. And that's news and sports, but be sure to join us again for another update this afternoon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and of course, like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. There you can get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. To have a wonderful morning.